students, this is day 3 of chapter Separation of Substances, and specific objective for today's class is methods to separate a solid liquid mixture. Students, a solid liquid mixture is the mixture in which one component is solid and another component is liquid. In previous class we have discussed these topics, that is mixtures, types of mixtures and various methods to separate solid-solid mixtures. Today we will learn various methods to separate solid-liquid mixture. Under this topic we will learn various new methods, that is sedimentation, decantation, loading, filtration, flotation, centrifugation and evaporation. First method is sedimentation. Students, suppose we have a solid liquid mixture of sand and water. We want to separate sand from water. What we will do? We will let the mixture stand for some time. After some time, what we will observe? The sand particles, being heavier, will settle down at the bottom of container as shown in the figure. This process by which the heavier particles settle down at the bottom of container due to gravity is called sedimentation. Right? And clear liquid is obtained above the sand particles. This clear liquid, as you can see, is called supernatant, and the sand particles that settle down at the bottom of container are called sediments. Right? Then this clear liquid called supernatant is poured into another container without disturbing these sediments. In this way, we can separate sand from water, and this process of pouring upper clear liquid into another container without disturbing the sediments is called decantation. Let's read the topic from book for better understanding. Open your books on page number 48. Sedimentation. It is the process of settling down of heavy solids at the bottom. This method is used to separate mixtures in which one component is heavier, as in example that we have discussed. Sand particles were heavier, that is why they settled down at the bottom of the container. And on prolonged means for long time. And on prolonged standing, the heavier component settles down. Take a glass, fill it with muddy water and allow it to stand for some time. What will happen? Because mud particles are heavier, you will observe that mud settles down at the base and clear water called supernatant can be seen above it. This process is called sedimentation. Definition we have already discussed. Pour carefully the clear liquid, that is supernatant liquid, into another beaker without disturbing the sediments. This process is called decantation. The removal of the clear layer of liquid without disturbing the settled solids, that is sediments, is called decantation. Next method is loading. Students, sometimes when the mixture is in large amount, we cannot use sedimentation because it will take long time for the mud particles to settle down. In such a case, we can add an external agent like alum. Students, this is alum. When we add alum to a mixture, let's say muddy water, it combines with mud particles and makes them heavy. Now, because of being heavy, the impurities, they settle down at the bottom of the container. This process by which an external agent is added to a solid liquid mixture to fasten the process of sedimentation is called loading. Let's read the topic. Come to page number 49 on your books. Loading or coagulation. This process is also known as coagulation. The process in which an external agent is added to bring the process of sedimentation is known as loading. Muddy water, for example, in case of muddy water, alum is added as an external agent. It combines with impurities, makes them heavy, and then impurities will settle down and clear liquid is obtained above the impurities. This process is carried out when the volume of water to be purified is large. Loading is done by dissolving alum in water Alum is dissolved in muddy water. The dissolved particles of alum load means it makes the particles heavy. The fine clay particles makes them heavier and settles them down. Next method is filtration. Students, this method is used to remove insoluble impurities from a mixture by using a filter paper. The process by which insoluble impurities or particles are removed from a liquid by using a filter paper is called filtration. Suppose we have a mixture of sand and water. We want to separate sand from water. We will take the mixture in a container as shown in the figure, and we will take a filter paper and we will make a cone of filter paper. We will keep that cone of filter paper in the funnel as shown here. Then we will pour this mixture slowly into the filter paper, that is into the funnel. We will observe that the clear liquid passes through the filter paper and is obtained in the container kept below the funnel, and sand is left behind on the filter paper. These impurities that are left behind on the filter paper, or this material that is left behind on the filter paper, is called residue, and the clear liquid obtained after the process of filtration is called filtrate. Let's read the topic from book for better understanding. The process in which an insoluble component is removed from the liquid mixture is known as filtration. Mixture, for example, mixture of water and silver chloride. Mixture is passed through a filter paper. What happens? Silver chloride remains on filter paper as residue and water passes down into the container as filtrate. The clear liquid obtained from the suspension of an insoluble solid and liquid by the process of filtration is known as filtrate. Students, a suspension is a heterogeneous mixture containing large particles, right? Next is the solid particles left on the filter paper after filtration is called residue, as we have discussed already. Next, there is an activity number 2, which says to separate chalk powder dissolved in water by using filtration technique. Method: take a circular filter paper and make 4 folds of it. Students, we will take a circular filter paper as shown in figure 1 and we will make fold in the half of the filter paper as shown in figure 2. Then we will fold the folded filter paper again as shown in figure 3. Now open it out so that 3 folds are on the one side and single fold is on the opposite side. Now take the solution containing water and chalk and pour it into the funnel in which filter paper, that is cone shaped filter paper, is kept. What we will observe: clear water will pass through the filter paper and is obtained in the container kept below as filtrate, and chalk powder is left behind on the filter paper as residue. Next method is flotation. Students, you must have seen your mother washing rice or pulses before cooking. Why it is done? It is done so that the husk or any other undesirable light impurities float on water and are easily drained away with water. This process is known as flotation. The process by which we can remove insoluble lighter solids from liquid solid mixture is called flotation. Sawdust is also light in weight. Sawdust is separated from water by this method. Next method is centrifugation. Students, this method is used to separate fine suspended particles by rotating the mixture at a very high speed. The process by which fine suspended particles of a substance in a liquid are separated by rotating the liquid at a high speed is called centrifugation. For example, cream is separated from milk by rotating the milk at a high speed. Students, a washing machine also uses this method to squeeze out water from wet clothes. The drum of the machine has holes in it. When the drum is rotated at a high speed, clothes are pushed forcefully towards the wall of the drum and water gets drained from the clothes into the holes of the drum. Let's read the topic for better understanding. Centrifugation. Come to page number 51 on your books. Centrifugation is a method for separating fine suspended particles of a substance in a liquid by rotating the liquid in a closed container. Students, this is a hand centrifuge machine. It is used to separate cream from milk, or we can say butter from milk. Milk is rotated at high speed and cream collects in the center, and being lighter than milk floats on the top of the mixture and can be easily separated. Next method is evaporation. This method is also used to separate a solid liquid mixture. It is a process in which a liquid changes into its vapors on heating. For example, we can separate salt from water by using this method. Also, salt is separated from seawater by natural evaporation. Let's read the topic for better understanding. Come to page number 51 on your books. Evaporation. The process in which a liquid changes into the vapor state on gentle heating is known as evaporation. This process is used to separate those mixtures in which one of the component is non-volatile. Non-volatile means that cannot be changed into vapors. The separation of water and common salt is done by this method. Let's discuss activity number 3 to separate the components of salt solution. Method. The salt solution is taken in a china dish. Students, this is the china dish as shown in the figure, and this container in which china dish is kept, this is sand bath in which sand is kept. On heating, the liquid changes into vapor state. When whole of the liquid is evaporated, the burner is removed. The china dish is allowed to cool undisturbed and salt is collected. In this way, we can separate salt from the salt solution. Right? Students, you must be able to answer all these questions. First, define sedimentation, decantation, filtration, centrifugation and evaporation. Next, for which type of solutions is filtration carried out? Next, what is loading? Explain the process of loading with alum. Next question, how is salt separated from the seawater? And last question, how can we separate sawdust from water? Note down all these questions and revise properly. Thank you.